Alright, everybody, welcome back to the Story of Awesomeness, and I'm trying to do the another facial expression. The main problem I had was actually that I was, well, I'm still sick, but not fully sick, but I'm sick anyway. Stomach flu, very problematic because it actually hurts a lot, if you can believe me. So yeah, I have been out of the running for quite a while, and I thought like, well, today I am not feeling like doing the Mallfog today. But yeah, this is the second expression, and I want to make sure that this is actually quite looking nice. So therefore, I need to fix some stuff here and there, and then I'll uh, I'll hope I can start coloring it a bit, and then shading it a bit, and then it would be fine. So no further ado, let me get this started. So I went with a laughing animation, just a laugh. It's always a good one to go for. Technically, I went for the this one right here. I went for this one right here. Come on, don't need white here. This one right here, I actually went for, and then improve upon that kind of face. So that's how I did it. And yeah, I went with the original drawing of this one right here, and then switch it a bit around so that it works properly. Oh hey, Afri Gamer. Yeah, that hurts. I know. Every single time you have food, it hurts. Like you get a burning stomach, and then after that, you're gonna get a lot of pain in your side of your arm. It's one of the worst kind of things that happen. But yeah. For the rest, I also worked on a commission. I worked on some commission on a commission last week. Last week, and then after that, no, not last week. Yeah, it was last week. Yeah, it was last week if I'm correct. No, the week before that. The week before that, and then I eat at dinner, and then I had something bad on food, and that's how I got the flu. Yeah, it's a little bit complicated, but yeah, it's annoying as hell. It's annoying as hell. So we're gonna put these things back in there. What I do want to do right now is actually make one more of these. And since this was actually the original design, all right? This was the original design of it, and I went with this design. So I went from this to this, which is actually much better in looks. And I should definitely put this one also in there as well, so that we have the full thing. Because here, the hair is not fully correct. So therefore, that's why. What I want to do, though, is I'm going to be quick drawing here just to see how it works. Just want to know if I have like this. Shaboom. I'm just quick drawing, alright? It's nothing special, but I need to see if when I it's a very quick and rough sketching. Don't get me wrong there, but the idea here is that I'm actually working on to see if the neck was too big. That was actually the main idea here. Alright, so if I now have this and then move it a bit downwards, like right here would be right then. So if I then add the neck, that would actually give, I don't know if this is gonna be looking better, but hey, I just wanted to know. That's why I'm sketching right now. Don't want to waste too much time here. If we see the neck right here, that's a very thick neck. The neck is maybe too long. Maybe drop it a little bit, but not too much, probably. Not too much. But that will also do, right? Because if we then load in the other drawing, which we can, that's the main idea here. Come Come on, open. F, please. Digi drawings, and then go for the story of awesomeness. Then go for this one, and then go for meena. I can then see if then I can see like properly where and how long it is. So it's around here. So distance between them needs to be like this. Needs to be the distance. So this needs to be the distance. From where? From that point. So technically, if we have this point, this needs to be the distance to here. So yeah, this part right here needs to be fixed. So I can technically move it up a bit and then get that point up and running. Alright, good. Removing that. Not saving that. And then we're gonna move on to get this back on, and now we're gonna do this straight up drawing so that, you know, we have everything under control. So first thing what we're gonna draw is we're gonna draw these lines right here. We're gonna draw these lines upwards. So we're not gonna connect the face, but we're gonna draw these lines so that we can still how do you say that? Fix it if there is anything wrong with it. Or at least, you know, that's what I'm gonna be doing. Yeah. All right. And then move this one down. What I'm doing here is actually just, you know, get everything up and running so that we can do it. And I know that this sometimes is a little bit out of whack that I switch around with the Morpho project and the story of wholesomeness, but, you know, being sick is a very problematic thing because I like to do my stuff and go to work and all that stuff, and therefore, you know, having a stomach issue is horrible. Apparently I did too much gaming, so that's the main problem. I was sitting too much still. I didn't know that, and when I noticed it, it was too late. That was the main problem. It was too late. It was very too late. So what I'm gonna do now is get this right there. Oh man, this is gonna be hard to do. Alright. Then I'm gonna add this into... hold your horses. Need to move that one down. We're gonna put this one into a group with 3 others. So we're gonna create line art, and then that line art, and then we're gonna remove the other line art after that. So first we need the mouth. Need to zoom out a bit for this, and I need to also change the direction a bit. So this is the right one. Yeah. There you go. Mouth and nose can be on the same thing. Then I can get the eyes. There you go. This one needs to be like so. No. right there. And then we're gonna go also for those things. All right. Now we have done that, we can now see where to need to put it. So, since that we have this, we can now move... no, that's only the face. This one needs to be in there. This needs to be in there as well. And then we can move this whole damn thing and move it up and down to see where it needs to be. So if we now close this, we can now see like, well, we have this, which is a thing, and we can move it up and down wherever we want. So you can see that this is a little bit too long, but we can put it right there. And that would work quite well, even though, you know, it's still a little bit downwards. But what we now can do is put this back into the place where we need to be, and then, you know, draw over the hair. And then once the hair is done, we're gonna connect that with it. I haven't seen many of this drawing stuff you do. I haven't seen this drawing stuff you do. What is it for? Oh, it's for a visual novel. Yeah, I know. It's for a visual novel that I trying to create, but you know, since I am terrible at drawing humans, I'm practicing to get all the emotions done. Therefore, I have like multiple emotions, like, you know, the flirting emotion, the inspired emotion, and the jealous face, because I want to know how to do it and how to do it properly, because otherwise we're gonna get this kind of drawing, or otherwise we're gonna get this kind of face. So what I did was actually, you know, bring back the to learn how to draw faces properly by, you know, reading, by looking at positioning of the face and how to do it, and then implemented on my own art style upon it, and then, you know, that is how it works. Then after that, I did some drawing on the wizard. As you can see, the wizard went from this to that, and you know, the wizard now looks like this. The idea, this of course is not fully done properly, because this is not how I wanted to have it in the end. But yeah, it now looks the drawing style here. It's still the same as the normal drawing style I normally do with this thing, but yeah, I'm trying to improve upon it. I'm trying to improve upon drawing people, and that's the thing. I want to do that. I want to improve. No, that's gonna be leaving a mark. So what I'm now gonna do is actually drawing the bits, nuts, and crannies to create the thing I want. And then once that is done, you know, we can then move onwards. So first things first. No. There we go. And then I can get the rest of it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do this in 3 sections, so that if one of the sections fails, I can only have to deal with one of them. But yeah, it's for a visual novel. I'm trying to do my very best upon making that visual novel happening. I'm now currently in chapter 2, but you know, chapter 1 is done, chapter 1 and the prologue is done. But now I need to do chapter 2, which is going to be requiring a lot of things. But the idea is that, you know, this is about this is a magical girl story. Therefore, you know, girls, logical. It's all about crystals because, well, you know, crystals. And those crystals give powers. And then the whole idea is that what I did with it is that, I bended it a little bit to my kind of idea. So it's gonna be like a how do you say that? Ugh. It's more about the adventure than the whole thing. It's like, it's not gonna be gritty or anything else. It's actually a very relaxing story. It's just a story about these three girls that discover a new crystal while already having possession of one of those crystals that give powers, and then the crystal they find turns also into a girl, and that creates a new kind of aspect to the whole story or the whole dynamic of the group. Then also we have bad guys, that want to have those crystals, and an evil bad guy locked between in a mirror that wants to break out by collect and sending his henchmen to do the dirty work to get him out by collecting those crystals. And then once he has a lot of crystals, he might be able to release himself upon the world, all that stuff. And the whole idea of it is like, it's a it's a the girls are not getting into the problem that quickly. It's just they get to they get pushed towards the end of the story by multiple things that happen. You have like just casual pool parties, or a guy who wants to take revenge upon them because somehow something happened, and that's all those things happen. I really like the idea of an angry an angry Scottish man that just wants to get his wife back, but he's working for the he's working for the bad guys because, well, he needs to collect those crystals, but those three girls are always standing in his way. And after he finally managed to beat them, because, well, he has a mech suit that is able to adapt, he can modify it. He comes to a problem that there is also a fourth girl that is then, in the way. He finds a way to beat her, and then things happen again. So the whole idea of the story is all about just friendship and all that stuff, all that griddly googly goo. And I should do that on a different layer. Yes, I do, because I don't know sure how much it's gonna be. All right, but yeah, the whole idea of this story about these three girls, trying to be, well, they're not trying to be superheroes, they're trying to be just living their life, even though that they have powers, and they try to save as many people when there are things that are afoot, like a crystal monster or something like that. Alright, now I actually need to look at something. Just one sec. Now I need to look at something because of the thing. How thick is that thing? That thing is pretty thick. Yes, 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 yes. So I am almost about right about this. This part right here needs to be lowered because technically the when you see Mina's flirting look, she has like one there, but it's not as high as this. It's almost around here. So that's the first one that needs to be changed. The first one needs to be changed like that. Then the other two are, they're still long, and they're not as long as this, so they should be around, there should be around here then. So yeah. Alright. Now I have done that, I can now add this to my liking. Alright, then I'm gonna be lowering this down again and then remove the original one so that, we don't have any interferences, and then we can, draw over this without any line problems. All right. There you go. That looks so much more better, I believe, right? Yes, it looks much better. So now we have the hairstyle that is still representing on the original drawing right there. And now we actually need to put this back on. This is in the face, so we're gonna put it here. And now we're gonna put the hair right there. Right. All right. Because that's how it works, right? Let's see. So we have this. This is supposed to be like this. So wait, hold on. I have this. Then this is supposed to be going like this. Like that. And then the ear is supposed to be here. Like so. All right. The rest needs to be removed. And that's the ear. That needs to be placed. All right. Does it look strange? Maybe. It does look strange, though. Phew. How come? How come that this looks so strange then? Because of the if we look at this, for instance, we have the hairs right here and then it overlooks like that, but the main problem here is that this is like a very long idling line. So should then not this be like this right here? And then put this one right there. But that would make no sense. No, it does not. This is the main problem I have with this perspective. You know, it's a nice perspective if you go from the other way around, when you have, like, you know, if you have the side perspective, it's quite easy to understand where the hell it is placed. But if we look at this right here, for instance, we can see that, you know, this is technically it is underneath this. All right, it's underneath this, and it's almost the same size as the part. So technically this should be like thick lined, which we could do. You know, we could technically do that, because this is why we have this. So if we now put this in that perspective, like, we know that this is like the same thick, almost the same thickness as that, we could technically say, like, well, because this is the same thickness and we want this to be, you know, almost the same thickness, you can say that this is like this and then goes like this. The only downside is that, well, since we have now this, no, not that one, not that one, no, not that one, this one, right? No, this one, yes. Since we have this, we can now see that, you know, this is now how it's gonna be looking like, which can be a very confusing idea. Because technically this needs to be going like, you know, you have this doodling underneath it, and then you have this, you know, you have this big brushy effect, which is right here, that is also there as well. Technically this needs to go downwards, So technically this needs to go down as well. So this one needs to go down. And then we have, and then since we have this downwards, since this needs to go downwards, we can then look at what we then need to do. Oh man. Again? Well, this is absolutely horrendous. Jeez Louise. Alright, Mr. Key at you're reported for spam and pornographic. Yeah, I don't like this. Goodbye. Russians these days. I am trying to do my job here, trying to do something, but the Russians are like, no, you will accept our great ideas. And I'm not feeling like it, you know? I'm not feeling like any of it. So, let's see. So we have this one right here, which we could try it like this. All right, we could try it like this and then have this like that. The main issue is now that we have the here not there, because that's the main problem. Also, well, technically this is not overlapping. This is technically underneath. This is technically underneath it. Yes. So how does this look? Because I have clearly no idea, because I do have the idea of it frontal facing, which means that's supposed to be going like that. It means also that I technically not supposed to go for, if I would press this out and go for this one, and we should light it up a bit, we can see that the first two of these drawings, the first two, are technically above it. So 1 is above it, 2 is above it, and then this is supposed to be going like above it, above it. Oh boy. So, so technically, if we want to do this properly, and we have the main vision of the original drawing, which is technically what we need to aim for, we have the hair being above it. So this needs to go here then. Which is logical, you know. It's logical to have like the first one to be right over here. And then, since we have that, then we have this one. Needs to go there as well. And then this one needs to go underneath it. So we have this. And then once we have that, we can then implement the ear. It needs to be right there. Right there. Now, the main issue now is that if we do that, if we do the idea that we have right now, which is true, it's an idea nonetheless. Let's see where it is. No. There you go. So if we have this idea, which is quite complication of an idea, but that's the main problem of this most of the time, because I am absolutely horrendous drawing here. It's one of those things that I am absolutely not good at yet, because, well, you know, it's not everything. For many Fs, it looks good to me. Yeah, true, but, you know, you want to make it sure that it looks great. That's the main issue. Like, we have this, and then we can look like, alright, so how is this working? Well, it works like that. The main problem is that we are now having a different perspective, which is the main issue. So if we have this, we could technically, however, we could, which might work. Could technically say that this one is here, which is true, These two are always equal. That is the main idea. These two are equal on the lengths of each other, and they also give the ear. But now we can look at this, and we can see that the hairstyle here, the ear here is hidden, which is true. So now that we've done that, we can now add this one right here. We can add this one right here and say that this is now the drawing that we need to work around with. This also gives us a good idea of like, well, we have the hair going upwards from down below underneath. So this is technically upwards. So technically here it needs to be going a little bit more on the sideline. So if we have this, we should definitely get this one. A little bit like this. Right? Yeah. So we have this. So if we go for this, which would work, we now have this, which is not too bad and also not too sad. But I do want to make sure that this is actually both on the same side. So we now have this, and then we have that. That would cause us to have that. That would make this look like this. And that would fix it. Yes. All right. So we're going to put this on hold, and we're going to make sure that we're now going to draw this again, but this time with no interferences whatsoever. First, I need to remove this all because I actually need to get the drawing up and running properly first. So, technically, what we need to do here is getting this part right here, that part right here, that needs to be fixed. No. That's this one, right? Yeah. This one right here needs to actually be a little bit more higher. And that's because of how this one looks. So we have this one that goes underneath it, and then this one goes there. That would fix it. And once we have that one, that needs to go right over here. Do I want this? Nah, I could go without. All right, good. And now we're gonna get the part where we need to draw back in there. Of course, it's a very hard one to do, honestly, because of how things work. But it should be fine. Now we can do this. And that would fix it, right? Because technically those two are, yes, those two are the same. But this one needs to be a little more sharper. So now it's all the same, right? Yeah, it's all the same. Good. Now we can say that we want this again with it. But if we do that, so if we do this, we now have this. What? Oh my god. No. There you go. If we have this, which is true, we have now this. So now we have the ear right here, which needs to be representing, which goes like over here, which technically needs to move up a bit because of how you want to make sure that the ear is equal to the eye. in most cases. So dick, there you go. That one goes like over here. That means that technically this is the right way to do it. Yes. It means that we made a mistake with the... This one actually needs to be moving upwards, but that doesn't make sense. Oh boy. And technically this here needs to go down then. Because we have... this is the length that goes up, around, and fixed right there. Alright. Alright, now we have done that. We can now move on to the last bit. So now that we have done that, we can now add the last bit in there, and then we are done with the whole line art. Really? 2 bots at once? Jeez. People are getting good. Well, today we had 1 Russian, 2 Russians, and this time it's even a different link. Oh, well, we'll remove that. Reporting to the great unwanted commercial and content spam. Goodbye, Mr. B. Or must I say, Mr. Brolin. Brolin died, you know, for what he loved. Posting shit on the internet. Oh well. That is what I want. I need this to be in the main section, so we should definitely move this around. So now we're gonna move this into the right place, because I need to put this into the right place as well. So there you go, and now I can mark my way in this. It might look a little bit confusing right now, but that's because there's a lot of things here and there. That needs to go away, go away, go away, way. Not way. Yes way. There you go. Not way, yes way? Not way, yes way. I think I need this one though. Yes, I need this one. Alright, fine. So we're gonna work here on this drawing. We're gonna save it for the to make things are sure. And then we can move on. Alright, I got this. There you go. And now we can get the thing in there as well, so we're gonna do that. Alright, now we do have things done. Jeez Louise, that took way too long. Alright, and now we can fix the bits up here and there that we need to fix. For instance, the line art right here needs to be fixed a bit. So we're gonna do that. And that will fix this part. Alright, now we've done that. We no longer need this bad boy because it's ugly as hell, and we no longer need this one because it saves a lot of space. We also don't need this one, and we definitely don't need this one. Alright, now we are down to only 1 sketch again, and we can now look forward to see, this one right here needs to be fixed. Alright, and this one needs some cleaning. Yes, it does. No. And this one needs some cleaning here and there. There you go. All right, and we do need to put this right there. Yeah. No. So now we done this. We have the face. We have the whole face now, which we can move freely from the torso. So we can say like, oh, well, we want this, or we want it a little bit, because this is a little bit too high. As you can see, it's like a big giant neck. We don't need that all the time. We could technically say like, well, we do want it to have like this. This means that the neck is a little bit more inverted. And this one is actually the best one, I believe. So right over here. It means that the proportion between the neck and the torso is actually quite well. So, how are we gonna fix that? Well, you know, doop erasing some bits. There you go. Done. Alright, now we have done the basic things done. How much time did I spend on this? Oh, way too much. Oh, well. It happens. Now, I also want to do one more thing, because I realized I did something wrong here. Which is, right over here. Which is the hair bit. This one? No. This one, right? No. This one, then. Yes, this one. I did something wrong here. This needs to be a straight line. There you go. All right. That is so much more better, I believe. Nah. Or do I like the other one more? We can see. Or do we like this more? Let's see. Oh. I do like this one more than the other one, honestly. So just, putting that on perspective. So the wax on the part right here, the wax. So technically I should go for that one, but this is put. So if we have it right here, technically this needs to go like this and then go down. But that would make this Hold on. Oh, that works. That bloody damn works. I like it. So if we now remove this bit right here, this bit right there, then it's all good. All right. Come on. Work with me, please. Eraser, please. Respond. Thank you. This eraser, man, it sometimes gets on my nerves when it does not the things that I want. Alright, then we're gonna do something here very spooky. We're gonna merge it all, because of how this works. And now we have the head fully merged, which is not bad, honestly. And now we're gonna lay this behind ourselves and we're gonna paint it up, because whew, I had enough done here. So we're gonna pick up the colors that we had before, like this one right here. And technically we don't even need this one, we can actually just pick up the colors right here as well, which works just wonders, We can just pick up this color right here and then say like, well, that's the first color we want. So we're gonna put this into a layer map of colors. And as you can see, we're already here. And then we can say like, well, where do we want this color? Well, we want this color all around, you know, the face. So this is a face part, this is a face part, this, and that. And yeah, now we're making some progress here and there. But I think I'm gonna leave it at once the hour reach, because, well, you know, I'm gonna be making it then, gonna be recording it then afterwards. Because, you know, gotta keep up with the time. Don't want to waste everybody's time by just, you know, drawing properly. Well, you know, fixing the damn things that I missed. This is like homework, but then worse. Because homework you are getting reminded by. Non-homework like this is not getting reminded by because you're a bit too busy doing something else. And that's what happened, man. I was too busy doing something else. But so far so good. I really like how far we are at this thing. Meena is looking great, and you know, having already, you know, two emotions done. I'm now at, what was it again? We're now at that one. So we had this one done, this one done, this one done, this one done, and then we can go to this one, and then, you know, get the rest one as well done. So once we have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 28, 29, 30. Like, once we have 30 emotions done or something like that, we can put them all together in one big giant hunky bunky place, and then call it a day. And then we can say like, we achieved something. Well, yes, we did. We actually achieved, you know, drawing proper facial expressions for a character. Even though it might be only, you know, the face and not the positioning or anything else, it's still, you know, it's a good progress. Don't get me wrong there, you know, you want more progress than just, you know, your face, but as long as you're trying to do your very best here and you're trying to improve upon yourself, you know, baby steps are always great. I mean, I always do things with baby steps, so therefore, you know, baby steps are bad. Well, not for, you know, they're done not bad, but I mean, they're not bad for at all. If you want to learn things, if you want to know things, it just takes a little bit more time, and as long as you can spend that time, as long as you have this time to spare, you know, everything is fine. Also, you learn more if you do baby steps. Honestly, it's quite nice to know that, you know, like, oh no, I need to get this done by tomorrow, but I don't know how to do this. And then, you know, you just do it in baby steps, and like, all right, I'm doing it step by step, following my own advice, and then, you know, I will find out what went wrong. And then eventually you find out what went wrong and and why it went wrong. And then, you know, you solved it, and then the next time it pops up again, you can be like, oh, well, I know now the basics of how to do it. And then, you know, it gets a little bit more faster and faster and faster. And that's how you normally get to point A, from point A to point B. And, you know, I'm very happy upon that. For instance, here the lines are the lines are not always great. I must say myself, the line art here is not as good as this, but as you can see, it already looks great. So yeah, getting colors done, you know, getting things fixed. It's one of those things that you want to get done, because the more you do this, the better it gets, and eventually, you know, you get the whole drawing done in an instant. I mean, if you just do it step by step and you make no errors, then you're doing something wrong, because you're definitely gonna make some errors here and there. It's undeniable. But, you know, the satisfaction of, you know, seeing your artwork improve over time is actually a very nice thing. You know, I went from this hellhole of a drawing, you know, this one. I went from this kind of hellhole of a drawing of a face to a decent looking face that looks so much more, you know, human-like than Potato Head. Potato Head is very scary. And I mean, like, very scary. So yeah, points upon that taken. Phew, potato heads, always scary. But yeah, right now I'm just trying to do my job here. Get the basic colors in, and then once the basic colors are in, then we're gonna go for the more advanced colors, so that we can then move on to the next step. So yeah, um, that's what I'm aiming for. We're just doing our business, getting ourselves up and running, getting to the point where we need to be, and then from there on we can then push onwards. Like progress, it is progress, and progress is hard to come by sometimes. And I mean, not every progress is bad to do, or every progress is horrible to do it, but it sometimes takes a lot of time to get the progress done where you want it to be done in the first place. And yeah, I'm very happy upon what we're doing now. We're drawing, we're coloring it in, and it creates shape. It creates, momentum already. We can see already where this is gonna go to, and the more we color in, the more basic colors we color it in, then you can see like, oh, look at that, that looks nice, or oh, look at that, that's the idea of what we're aiming for. And the more we do, the better it gets. So don't mind me doing it. And we're doing it the way of how I wanted to do, and with the visual novel, things might not look like great, but I'll try to get this up and running properly. And then once we're done with the characters, then we're gonna need to draw the blood and background on them. So what I'm gonna be doing then is literally just put a character down and then put a back and then design a background. Literally that. Because that way I know then how to do it. So I'm gonna put the exact background that I want to do, what I want to draw for the character to be in, and then, that will work. Or at least, that's what my thoughts are. It will work unless, I was wrong. It won't work. And that's all about, discovery. Trial and error is one thing. Doing more trials and more errors is always good because you learn from your mistakes anyway. So, yeah. Alright, well, let's go to the hair because we need some hair. Yeah, some hair. We need some decent hair. Alright. Alright, we have some hair. I'm gonna use that hair to draw over the face, and you can see already like, ah man, the basic colors are coming to life. Yes, that's exactly what I want to do. Basic colors give shape. The more basic colors we do, the more basic colors we give, the better it gets. Now then, let's see. I might be a little bit sloppy on the coloring part, but hey, we have an eraser, so therefore we should be good. But yeah, this already looks great. I really like how this is gonna be going. Like, I already can see the face of it. The face looks nice. The face looks charming. Doesn't look strange. It doesn't look too potato heading. It still has some, style. It's not looking like, bloody manga or anything like that. It might have its own references to manga. It does have its own shaping, but it doesn't look like it because it doesn't have those eyes. But well, it does. It's supposed to have those eyes, but my own interpretation of it. Like I like these eyes. These eyes are great. But yeah, trying to do my own interpretation on manga kind of art style. Yeah, it looks fine. It looks fine, and I really like it. Just getting a little bit toony in there doesn't matter too much, does it? Nah. Just like that, we can just, remove some coloring here and there. And you can see already that this is looking like what I wanted to do in the first place anyway. Especially once I have the full drawing, once I have all the drawing, once I have a full character done, I can put it into a scene and then, edit the scene and then create the scene that I want. This will give us a straight idea of like how the scene is going to be looking like and how the characters look on the background of the scene. So what I'm going to be doing probably with the scene is that I'm going to be probably using a lot of blurring or fading at least, to weaken the lines on them. Then I also need to realize like what kind of size do I want to use? Do I want to use the 980 by 1080 pixel size? Probably I will because that's important. But also it also gives the feeling of that it is actually fully working. All right, so we're gonna go fully there as well. And you can see how it all gets. We have now only done the basic coloring right now. Well, of course, not everything, but the basic coloring is there, and then you can see that once the basic coloring is there, most of it will be filling up, and then coloring it in a bit, and then it's gonna be the background, and then we're done. Probably gonna be recording that because, well, I'm not be able to finish this right now. Then I need to record it so that everybody can do it. But because I'm a little bit sick at the moment, it's a bit of a hassle to do so because heavy breathing is not fun. Well, breathing in heavily and out is not fun because it hurts. It's because of the stomach. Because of the burning stomach, it's like, oi, nice breathing you have there. Would be a real shame if you have a little bit of a heavy sign upon it. All right, you can see, it's not gonna be. This is not perfectly colored in right now, but you can see how it all gonna be looking at. I really appreciate it because all of this, eventually, will pay off, and that's all what counts. That's all what counts. All the eventually ideas. Just like that. Also, I can see exactly where I need to draw some dark colors in the one line's probably that one, right? What was it? Was it negative on the? Yes, it was negative on the ones that are not touching the hair. All right, cool. So yeah, as you can see, it looks if we now remove a bit, come on. Just like that, it should work fine. Yes. All right. Well, we're gonna be zooming out here, and you can see that the hair is actually working fine here. It's the same hairstyle as the original. Yes, it is. It's only different size and different way of how to do it. All right, and then we also need to have like the gaping mouth, which means that we need some kind of dark color for this, which and then we're gonna go for some red. There you go. Easy as that. And you can see that how it looks already. It looks nice. I really like it. It's cheerful, nice looking. And we have not implemented the lines on the hair or anything else or shading it at all. But yeah, that looks nice. Even though this one was actually one of the hardest to do, honestly. But yeah, I'm gonna leave it right here. And I hope you all have enjoyed for today. And thanks for watching. And I hope I'll see you all next time. Until then, I want to wish you all a lovely day and bye!